Hey, Fellowship Memphis, in just a moment, you're going to hear from 8 guys who just spent 3 days with us here in Memphis. They're the 8 new residents, church planting residents for Fellowship Associates. For the last 13 years, we've been able to play a part in mentoring 6 to 8 church planters who do this year-long residency every year. And so all over the globe, from Dubai to China to Hong Kong to Honduras to cities all over America, you've played a part in helping churches get planted by allowing us to mentor them, by allowing them to come to Memphis, learn from our church, and from just doing church the way you do church, allow us to pass on lessons learned. And so it's super exciting to think that every year we get to be a part of 8 new church plants. We get to share lessons with them that a people we'll never meet this side of heaven, and maybe in places we'll never go, will benefit from the lessons learned from Fellowship Memphis. And so we always want to be white hot when it comes to church planting, that thing that was so normative in the book of Acts. And this is one way that we do that. So thank you for who you are as a church, and thank you for sharing the value of church planting with us. And I can't wait for you to see some of these names, hear the places they're planting, see their faces, and I hope you'll join me in praying for them.
My name is Rob Main. I'm planting in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
My name's Clint Patronella, and I am in Waltham, Massachusetts.
My name is Chris Pobletti. We're planting King's Cross Church in this great community called Rancho Santa Margarita.
Trent, Senske, and I'm planting in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
My name is Cline. I'm replanting my home church, which is Temple Church. We're replanting it. We're going to call it South City Church. We're in southwest Little Rock, Arkansas.
Thomas Anderson. We currently live in Alexandria, Virginia. We're looking to plant in a suburb of Washington, D.C. known as Oxon Hill, Maryland.
My name's Brad Edwards, and we're planting in Lafayette, Colorado.
My name's Charles Shannon, planting the Mission Church in Norfolk, Virginia.
The biggest thing we want to do is kind of what you've done. We want to engage our community. We want to be a multi-generational, multi-ethnic church that is reaching people for Jesus, meeting the needs of the least of these in the community.
Really looking forward to learning what does it mean to continue to build a healthy team.
I've heard so many amazing things about how Fellowship Memphis has been a blessing to the city, and that's part of our heart for planting a church in Colorado too.
One of the things that I've already learned from Fellowship Associates is for the necessity and the power of an integrated leader.
I'm really excited to be here in Memphis. Like we've been just a fan of what the Lord's been doing here from afar. I'm encouraged by what this church is doing in the city in areas of racial reconciliation, church planting, making disciples.
It's been great to be in Memphis and learn how this team of leaders works together to accomplish what God has called Fellowship Memphis to, and to take some of those things and apply them in our setting in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, some very specific ways you can be praying for us is just pray for my family. There's a lot of transition over the last couple of years, and we just want to love my family really well.
And a way that y'all can be praying for us is that we would not lose our affection for Jesus in the middle of trying to do things for Jesus.
You could pray for favor in our city, that we would be known as a church that loves Jesus and loves the city.
Pray for our people. We've got a lot of people who are being deconstructed by the gospel, and our neighbors, Christians, non-Christians, non-churched, very churched, all of the above in the same community.
Yeah, we're in the early stages of our church planting journey. My wife and I, the family, moved back to Minneapolis in August, and recently had our second child, so we've got our feet on the ground and settling as a family and getting to know folks in the area.
Pray that the diversity of the people who make up the city would begin to come together as family to put on display God's glory in the city.
These are good guys, and we can't wait to see what the Lord does through them, and we will continue to coach and mentor them and give them every lesson we possibly can to be a blessing to the city that God calls them.